non-nuclear weapon states, Australia and Brazil, are in the process of acquiring nuclear-powered submarines, signalling a significant shift in their naval capabilities and strategic postures. Australia plans to develop its fleet under the AUKUS alliance, a trilateral security pact with the United Kingdom and the United States, and the goal is having these submarines operational by 2040s. On the other hand, Brazil has aspired to develop a nuclear-powered submarine since the 1980s, but financial limitations hindered the achievement of this goal. Recently, however, Brazil has begun negotiations with a French company to advance the development of a nuclear-powered submarine. Among the two countries, the submarine procurement by Australia is particularly concerning, as the AUKUS alliance has announced that these submarines will use the PWRS nuclear reactor design, which operates on highly enriched uranium. This decision carries significant implications for nuclear non-proliferation efforts. The AUKUS plan includes the production of 8 submarines, which will require the export of approximately 4 tons of highly enriched uranium, and this much quantity of heavily enriched uranium is sufficient for at least 160 nuclear weapons. Exporting such nuclear-powered submarines could set a concerning precedent of nuclear proliferation and would likely embolden other nations with latent nuclear capabilities to pursue similar technologies under the guise of naval propulsion. Nuclear naval reactors can be designed either to use low-enriched uranium, which is called as LEU, or highly enriched uranium, that is HEU. LEU is uranium that is enriched below 20% and is considered reactor grade, which is typically used in commercial reactors for civilian purposes. HEU, on the other hand, is enriched above 20% and is used in nuclear weapons, which is why it risks nuclear proliferation. And if uranium enrichment exceeds 90%, it is considered weapons-grade uranium. But the important thing is that once uranium enrichment surpasses the 20% threshold, 90% of the work required to reach weapons-grade uranium has been completed. This is what makes HEU-fueled reactors particularly worrisome, as the material can be more easily diverted for weaponization. Additionally, the diversion of such naval reactors for nuclear weapons can go undetected, which further escalates the substantial proliferation risk. This issue is particularly concerning because it exploits existing loopholes in the non-proliferation treaty and the regulations set forth by the IAEA. The NPT, which aims to prevent the spread of nuclear weapons and promote peaceful uses of nuclear energy, does not prohibit non-nuclear weapon states from building nuclear-powered submarines or enriching uranium for naval use. This creates a critical loophole, as there is no mechanism to ensure that enrichment activities are solely for naval propulsion and not for weapons development. The IAEA, responsible for monitoring compliance with nuclear safeguards, lacks the authority to oversee naval reactors and allows non-nuclear weapon states to use nuclear material for non-prescribed military activity, which includes nuclear-powered propulsion systems. Currently, there is still time for the United States to design and implement low-enriched uranium reactors for the nuclear submarines which are to be transferred to Australia. However, given the current AUKUS plan to use HEU naval reactors, this transition seems unlikely. Although Australia has no apparent intention of diverting the submarine's weapons-grade uranium to nuclear bombs, but the regional neighbours are becoming nervous of this deal. The precedent set by Australia could allow other countries to seek nuclear submarines powered by highly enriched uranium reactors, exploiting the same loophole. Beyond the immediate concerns of nuclear proliferation, the AUKUS deal has broader geopolitical implications. Malaysia has expressed concern about the ongoing AUKUS plan, even after reassurances from the Australian Foreign Minister. Indonesia, another Pacific ally of the United States, has lodged formal complaints with the United Nations regarding Australia's procurement of nuclear submarines. These concerns reflect the broader unease in the region about the potential arms race and destabilization that AUKUS could trigger. In contrast, Brazil is regarded as a more responsible player in terms of nuclear proliferation. The Brazilian government ended its nuclear weapons program upon joining the NPT, demonstrating a commitment to non-proliferation. While there is no confirmed information on whether Brazil will use low-enriched uranium or heavily enriched uranium reactors for its submarines, but the submarines will be designed with the help from French technology, which suggests that Brazilian nuclear submarines would be powered by light-enriched uranium reactors, as France itself uses low-enriched uranium naval reactors for its nuclear submarines. This approach has caused relatively less international concern compared to the AUKUS deal. As regional powers respond to Australia's new capabilities, there could be an increase in missile development and deployment, further complicating regional security dynamics. This underscores the need for careful management of nuclear technology and international cooperation to mitigate the risks associated with nuclear-powered submarines.